Hey guys, it is Monday, May 23rd at about 4 o'clock. It's been a really long time since I've done a video, and I had some time this afternoon and I decided to go ahead and do one. I'm not real sure what I'm going to talk about, so I'm going to kind of do some of the standard update stuff, I suppose. Also, I thought that this would be a good time to mark 3 years post-op for my chest, even though that isn't actually until June 3rd. But based on the current pattern of me recording videos, it might be a couple of months before I make another one, so I thought I would just do that now. An update of sorts on my life and what's going on. I just finished school last week. It was a difficult semester, a lot of units, 22 units. And so I'm officially done with my undergrad, and which is great, and I feel very happy about that. I'm aware that it's taken me a really long time to do it, and so it feels less celebratory for me and more like marking off a list, like a check mark of that's complete. I probably would have been much more celebratory 5 years ago, but at this point my undergrad has almost become an annoying unfinished thing. So happy to report that I am officially done and that I start grad school in August, and I'm really excited about that. I'm really looking forward to getting back to the thing that I love and the thing that I am most passionate about, and that is social work and becoming formally educated and formally trained around that, even though I've been doing social work for many years just without the education and the specific kind of letters or credentials behind my name. So I actually didn't even go onto my YouTube channel and see when the last time I did a video was, so I might miss some things, but some kind of poignant things that have happened since I posted is in March. It was a cover story from the News and Review, Chico News and Review, and it was written by somebody else who took a lot of information for the story from my YouTube channel and had watched me a couple of times do some presentations and some classes, and she wrote an amazing article about my experience and my journey and my relationship with Christia, and a little bit on my relationship with my family and such. And it was nerve-wracking, actually, to walk around for an entire week and have a picture of me on the cover of a newspaper, a local free newspaper here. And the picture they used was the one from the Self-Worth Project that said transsexual man on the front, me standing with my chest exposed. And so it was a pretty vulnerable picture, and my goal and hope in doing that was about getting my face out there, in the sense of putting a face to this experience. So there's a lot of trans folks everywhere, and Chico is no different. And so being able to be a face, to be a real person, a real experience that would allow people to reach out and make contact and hopefully assist them in their sort of journey and wherever they're at. And it did that. It did that beautifully, and I've had a lot of amazing stuff come as a result of the article. I also had not amazing stuff come from the article, which is the way that goes, right? You know, like with the good is the bad, I guess. I received death threats and some other stuff that was not great, and I received criticism for things that people's opinions about stuff. I'm trying to be vague on purpose, but also be able to tell the story. So my point in bringing this up is I'm going to share the link, and I just wanted to share it with people if you're interested in reading it. But the other thing is that what has become really clear to me in the last year is I've been doing more and more advocacy work and activism, and using my body and my story and me being a trans man as using my own personal story as a way to be political. That people have a real sense that they know me, and they know who I am and what I do and what I like and what I don't like, and they just, I think people feel, maybe less now because I don't post videos as much, but certainly there was a period of time where people felt like they really knew me. And what was interesting is that out of my entire life, out of everything that I do all the time and all the things that I think and all the things that I feel, what is public is maybe 5 to 10% of that. And so what people know is 5, maybe 10% of the entire being of me. And that is a real and an important and valid 5 to 10% of me, but it is just that. There's 80 to 90% of me and my thoughts and my feelings and my experiences that people know nothing about. And so it's been interesting to have people come up to me and feel like they know me when I don't know who they are, and they know a portion of me, or they know a part of me, and they only know that, particularly as from the News and Review article, they know that through somebody else's story, somebody else's words. I didn't write that; those were not my words. And so it's been great, and it's been difficult. And so I think that's also, it contributed to me pulling myself off the radar a bit, and whatever. But the other thing is that, and I feel really compelled to say this, even if the people that I may or may not be speaking to or about don't watch this, I want to be very clear that although what I frequently talk about is the amount of support and love that I have gotten from Christia and people who are present in my life and world, like right now, I have been blessed with a tremendous amount of love and support from a lot of people my whole life. And when I first began my transition, the people that I was around, or that was around me, is different than the people who I am around or are around me now. And I would not be where I am right now in the same way had it not been for those people who are around at the beginning of transition. That's not to say that I think that I would not have transitioned. I absolutely would have. But would I be different? Yeah, totally. We're always impacted by our experiences and the relationships that we have. Would they be different? Totally. So I just want to acknowledge and validate that although I talk about Christia mostly, I have permission to talk about Christia, and she's in my life right now, and that doesn't mean that in the absence of me talking about other people that they haven't existed. They have. You all have existed in really important ways to help shape who I am. And if you feel as if I have not acknowledged that or told you that, I apologize. And it is not because I have forgotten you or that I think that you weren't there. You were. And so someday when I write my book, hopefully I'll do y'all justice, and y'all will feel acknowledged in the same ways that I have always felt acknowledged by you all. So I have about a minute left, and I wanted to, because I said it's been about 3 years since I had surgery, and let's see if I can. So there we go. So I feel really good about my scars. As you can see, I do have some keloid scars, but that has from when I was recovering from surgery. It was from like the pulling up of my shirt on and different stuff, and because the other places that aren't connected to that, like right in here, they're real smooth, and I don't have any erotic sensation in my nipples at all, and in here I have minimal feeling. I do have feeling, but it's not. It doesn't feel normal. So I'm very pleased with my chest and how it all turned out, and I'm looking forward to moving forward and being able to have some form of lower surgery. It's interesting how I spent most of my time focusing in on a lot of other things. I didn't have a lot of desire to have lower surgery, and being 3 years into the transition, I very much do. Unfortunately, finances aren't there, so I'm going to wrap it up at 10.5 minutes, and for not having anything to talk about, I certainly myself all this stuff. As always, but hope you all are well, and my gratitude for all of you who provided support, are providing support, will provide support to me and to everyone else out there. We all very much understand that this experience would be vastly different if it not for your support, and that ultimately those of us who are transitioning are the ones who are walking this path, and that most of us would do it no matter what, and so it's a real blessing to be able to do it with your support and with everyone. So that's all, and I hope you all are well.